Hey everybody, how are you doing? It's Joanne Newborn with Newborn Evolution, and I came in here to tell you about a very special announcement that I have. So, I am going to be starting next Monday, not tomorrow, but next Monday, March 31st at 7 p.m., something new and fun and educational for everyone. I am going to do a Facebook Live called Leadership Dolce, Sweet Morsels of Wisdom. And they are going to be about 10 minutes in length, not too long, so it will not take up too much of your time. But I am going to be sharing with you my leadership tidbits of wisdom. And it's also the opportunity for you to be able to ask me questions. So it will be a Facebook Live. When you come in live, you will have the ability to write questions in, and I will answer your questions live. And the other option that you have is you can send me questions to my email address, which is joanne@newbornevolution.com. And I will be answering your questions each week. It's sort of like a little bit of a Dear Abby of leadership with a little bit of an Italian twist to it, because I did want to give a shout out to the Italian heritage of my side, because Italy is really suffering right now, and that's a big part of who I am. It's half of who I am, and it's near and dear to my heart. So I also wanted to give a little bit of love each week to the Italian side of my culture. So my leadership Dolce. So why leadership Dolce? I want to talk about leadership for a minute, because I do talk about getting to the next level in your career. I talk about having the salary you want. I talk about work-life balance. So how is this all connected? And I also call myself a lifestyle and leadership coach. So how does this all go together? Okay, so let's talk about this for a minute. When we talk about leadership, first let's talk about leadership. When we talk about leadership, when I talk to a lot of people that I work with, or people that I encounter, or people that I've done some market research with, there is definitely a through line about the professional and corporate world. And the through line is that there is not enough strong leadership out there on a day-to-day basis. And I'll tell you why. If someone is very good at their job, at what they were an expert in, they will eventually get promoted. For example, let's say someone was very good at sales, or perhaps very good at accounting. After a number of years, they would get promoted perhaps to a managerial position where they're now managing a team of accountants or a team of salespeople. Well, no one really trains people how to be a really good leader and a really good manager. And that today is the key to getting to the next level of your career, is already knowing, already embodying the skill set, and being able to show that you embody the mindset of a leader to be able to really leapfrog to the next level in your career. And that's why they're connected. Now, of course, companies do invest in training, but a lot of times they randomly happen. Maybe they happen once a year. They don't really happen at the moment that a person becomes a manager. And sometimes they really feel like a fish out of water. And sometimes it's really frustrating for the people that they do manage. And that is why I get feedback that there is a real lack of leadership today. I think also the lack of leadership goes back to people really work from a place of what is advantageous to themselves. but they might not be thinking about what's advantageous to the greater good or advantageous to the company or advantageous to the people on their teams. And so working with that skill set, working with those mindset techniques of how to really think about the greater good, how to use things that really seem unlikely in the world of leadership, like compassion and non-judgment and gratitude, to also propel yourself as a leader. These are really, really amazing techniques that you can embody now, so that when you start to go out there and look for your dream job, you've already got the skill set that people need. How amazing is that? How amazing is that? And I will tell you that in the last job that I was hired for, now I've been doing this work for a long time, I'd say about 6 years. So I embody these elements. And of course, I always have more to learn. It's a journey. It's a lifelong journey. But I embody a lot of these elements and a lot of these techniques. Like I call it my EastWest Fusion technique, where I take elements from the Western world, which is our day-to-day world, and mix them and blend them with elements from the Eastern world. And it really is a beautiful modality, my East-West Fusion technique. So I was interviewing for the company that I work for now, and I remember the person I was interviewing with said to me, "You just have this calmness about you. You just have this really grounded sense about you, and I need that on my team. I need this element on my team." And I will say that having those abilities really helped me to get the job very rapidly. And you can also use this as a negotiation perspective when you are actually being made an offer, because people are not going to want to let you go. If they've got 3 candidates and you're the top candidate and you embody these skills, and they feel when you walk into the room that you're grounded and you're confident and you're calm and you bring something to the table, a little Dolce, they're gonna want you on the team. They're not gonna let you go. So this is why I want to bring this to you every Monday at 7 o'clock, starting March 31st. Come join me for 10 delicious minutes of Leadership Dolce. Learn something new, add something to your toolkit, and bring your questions, because I am here to answer your questions, because I want to see everyone succeed. And if you're thinking that, why are you doing this now, Joanne? We're in a really difficult time with what's going on in the world. The reason I am telling you to do this now is because A, we kind of have a little bit more flexibility with time. B, I want you to be ready to hit the ground running when things start to go back to normal, where other people will start to maybe, oh, it's difficult to get back into the grind of things again. I want you to be ready. I want you to be confident. I want you to be able to just hit the ground running and be able to get out there and achieve the things that you want to achieve, so that you can climb the ladder in your career, no matter what industry it is that you're in. I want to see you get ahead. I want to see you get that dream job. I want to see you get that ideal salary. And I also am going to work with you to be able to find that luxurious work-life balance. And that's where the lifestyle comes in, when I call myself a lifestyle and leadership coach. Because honestly, why are we doing what we do every day? Why do we want to get ahead in our careers so badly? Because we want to have a certain lifestyle that we're just yearning to live and yearning to enjoy. But what ends up happening is that we put so much time and energy and effort into getting ahead in our careers that we become really stressed out, and we spend way too much time, and we don't know how to work smarter. We work harder. And so I am also going to be working with you during my Leadership Dolce to help you attain that luxurious work-life balance. So come join me on Monday, March 31st for my very first Facebook Live Leadership Dolce, and I made a little face like this because I'm going to be honest, Facebook Live is not my comfort zone. So I'm probably going to have some snafus. I'm going to embrace my mistakes. I'm going to be okay with it. And that's another lesson to learn as a leader, is to embrace your mistakes and forgive yourself and learn from them and grow. So I'll probably be making some technological mistakes with regard to Facebook Live, but I wanted to get outside of my own comfort zone, right? I wanted to get out of my comfort zone and I wanted to try something new. So I will be in there live Mondays, 7 p.m. indefinitely. And don't forget, if you want to send me a question, I'll put my email address in the post so that you can send me any leadership questions, triggers, challenges. I promise that I will keep your name confidential because I am sure there are going to be questions that come up about toxic workplace, toxic bosses, things that are uncomfortable. So I promise you this will be a safe space. I will not mention your name if you send me a question via my email address. I want this to be a safe space and I want to be able to answer your questions so that you get what you need. So please feel free to send me all those questions about toxic work environment and send me questions about what's going on right now for you. You know, we're in a really different space with regard to working from home and video conferencing and ways that we communicate with each other. And I kind of feel like I'm working even more hours than I had before because we're a little bit in crisis mode, and a lot of change is going on, and people have, feel really uncomfortable with change, and rightly so. Our minds don't like change. Our minds like to know exactly what's happening, when it's going to happen, how it's going to happen, because that's how our minds keep us safe. So we are in a space right now where our minds are also kind of having a difficult time with all of this change, all of this crisis, all of everything that's going on. So I'm here for you. Mondays, 7 p.m., starting Monday, March 31st, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Come join me for my Leadership Dolce, where we will have a little sweet treat, some morsels of wisdom. All right, I'm wishing you love and light and leadership. Have an awesome day, and ciao.